We're live. Hello, one viewer. Welcome to the... Oh, people are joining. All right, it's happening. Hopefully you can all hear me. I should have totally brought my headphones, which would have had a better microphone. Oh, Allison's here. No Spicy Donald, just gassy cars and their gassy smell. You can hear me over the cars. Perfect. That's good, because part of me wants to see if I can get on this while we're streaming. Hello, everybody who's joined. Hope you're all having a fantastic trip. Let me do the reverse thing here. Hello. So, this was typically Tuesday nights or when I usually do my live stream for my patrons. It's not at the parks usually. It's usually at home, and I'm usually doing like production stuff for the channel. But I thought it'd be fun living down here now to do something in the parks. And so here we are. It's is it 8 o'clock? So we got about an hour until fireworks. So we're gonna wander around until Happily Ever After begins. Are we gonna do Speedway? I don't know. This is all incredibly awkward to me. I'm not used to just walking around alone, talking to. It's a 20-minute wait now. Feels like it's not worth spending a third of the live stream just standing in line, and I do not have a fast pass for it. So let's just walk around the Magic Kingdom for a little bit. Speedway, it's back. It's open. I have ridden it since it reopened. It does feel a lot shorter than it used to. It was like 30 all day long on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, the waits aren't too bad considering it's a ride that just reopened and it's, you know, we're going into the summer season. Lack of preparation. It's a lack of fast passes, really. I did get a Space Mountain, but there's no signal in there. Hey, Jackie's there. Hey, Jackie. How's Florida? Florida is perfect so far. It's really hot during the day, which I'm okay with. I like the heat. Now I'm not a good gauge of like what the temperature is, so I don't know. I'm gonna say it's 78. I don't know. It's not humid though, and the sun's setting, so it's cooling off, which is really nice. Here, let's get some more. There we go. Uh-oh. Where'd all the other cars go? Uh-oh. I want a Mad Max themed version of this ride. Like a Fury Road Speedway. Just call it the Fury Road. And then all the little cars can be like Mad Max cars. Hey, Expedition Theme Park, how's it going? These aren't really like Mad Max speeds. Can I like pinch to zoom while stream? Oh, I can. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, everybody. So I'm gonna be really impressed by all of the options here. There's even the magic wand. What is this gonna do? Oh, they're just filters, so I could do that. No, let's not do this. Stop that. All right, it's good to know. It's good to know you can do that, but there's no reason to do that. We'll play with filters a little bit more. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk around the park for a little while. If I can spot anything that I know that I can like share information-wise, I will. But now I'm heading back to the Storybook Circus area, of which I don't know much because I don't go here very often. Ooh, but you know what I can show you? I can show you all the hidden Mickey. Hey Justin, I wish you were here too, because it's really great here. And thank you for the kind words. I also need to keep an eye on my battery level. I did bring a battery back up, but I'm realizing now it doesn't say here what my battery is. Okay, hopefully that didn't freeze it. What's that? Me and Jack from DSNY should meet up. Is he in the parks right now? Hey, man. We have met up before. We have accidentally run into each other in the parks, actually. Hey, Victoria. I hope you made it to, well, you still got a while for Jungle Cruise. Did I play all levels of Sorcerer now? And it's Love Bug season. I'm on medium right now. It's all right. I mean, if you saw my video today, it takes a bit of the fun out of it when there's no real challenge and you can't lose. But I have been getting really into collecting the cards. All right, let's see if I can find this hidden key. So it's a 3D hidden key when you're walking out of The Little Mermaid, which is where we're headed right now. Oh yeah, my Michael K cameo. That was today too. Yeah, that was really fun once I saw that he was here. So here it is. Now, I don't know how visible it is, but there's his hat and his ears, and there's his pants, and there's his feet. And so if you line it up just right, it's Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse. Yep, it's like kind of there. Yep, cast member showed us, and now I'm showing everybody. The secret's out. Oh God, the love bugs just for some reason, they're attracted to me. Here's another really cool thing, actually. I'll show you this one. I love this. This is a little more subtle of a Disney reference. So H. Goff, Harper Goff, is an Imagineering legend. So there's a little nod to Harper Goff. Not golf, Goff. There's also a reference to John Hench in Space Mountain. When you're going up Space Mountain before the drop, if you look at this little spaceship, it's like H-NCH for John Hench. So there's another little reference in there. This is all in pretty relatively new area, so I don't know much more about this area than that. Let's see what's going on here. Love bugs are attracted to everything. I did see somebody with a very creative way of trying to deal with the love bug situation, which is that they took paper tape, like painter's tape, and they covered the entire front of their car. Like the whole front of their car, minus the lights, obviously, was covered in tape, and also covered in love bugs, who were, you know, unfortunate victims of the car. So I guess at the end of the season, they just pull the tape off. Marion asks, how'd the move go? The move went really well. It went really smoothly. We planned a lot. I should say I planned a lot, because I'm very much a type A personality when it comes to that stuff. I had spreadsheets and spreadsheets and spreadsheets. So everything was planned to the T. I was able to roll with some of the punches. We did, at the last minute, the day before the move, get a call from the truck rental place saying they didn't have a truck for us. So I had to go across the city to get one, but that was fine. And then we made it down and everything was fine. And so now it's just settling in and it's really great. Harper Goff was the art director for one of my favorite films, Willy Wonka. I did not know that. Connection being lost. Hopefully it picks back up again. I am not on Disney's Wi-Fi because it's usually not that reliable, at least not for this kind of thing. We are now... Mike, you'll be here on Sunday. Awesome. Here's a great view. Hold on. Yeah, you gotta be careful with love bugs on the cars. Their guts will eat through car paint. How often are you at Disney? I mean, I'm still kind of in that honeymoon period of like, now I live here, so I've been going like every couple of days. I'm sure once I get into more of a regular groove, I will go, I don't know, once or twice a week. Oh, look, there's like some preparation going on up there. They loading up some fireworks for tonight. Favorite transportation in Disney? Right now, it's the ferry. Because, here, let me turn this around a bit. The ferry, because the ferry is less packed and faster. And especially at the end of the night, the monorail gets really packed. And it's kind of sad to say, but the monorail is kind of falling apart to the point where it's not really that exciting anymore. Like, they need to redo the monorail. Hopefully they do. Making our way through Fantasyland here. Wow, it looks like there's no line for Small World. What's that about? Maybe we'll do Small World. Should we do Small World? Can we, or will the music get this stream shut down? How are the gondolas looking? Gondolas looking good. Some of them are still covered, some of them are not covered. It says a 20-minute wait for Small World. Oh, yep, there's the line. Yep, that makes sense.
What?
Ryan, thank you for becoming a patron and thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Be sure to check out all of, I have so many older streams and podcasts and bonus videos. But let me clarify, by bonus videos, I don't mean bonus history videos, because I make sure all those history videos stay free for everybody. But I do bonus, behind the scenes videos, time lapses of, videos getting edited or thumbnails being created, that kind of stuff. It's really a big piece into how the channel works. Memento Mori. I'm actually getting through the park pretty quickly. I too hope D23 offers us some of a peek of what we're getting for the 50th. Oh, you know where we can go? We got to start making our way over to Frontierland, because there's some places we can go. Let's take a nice little look at Liberty Bell. Hold on. Are all live streams from the, what was that? Are all live streams going to be from the parks going forward? This is awesome. Not everyone, but I'm definitely going to do it more often. Look at that. Check my battery level. Okay, battery's pretty good. Can I make a video about the history of the ferry? That's actually a pretty good video. Or maybe, if not the Liberty Bell itself, a history of these types of riverboats. Wait for it. Come on. There it is. All right, let's keep going. Just watching Michael's vlog. Cool. Yeah, did everybody see the first part of his vlog? He had some real travel troubles, and kudos to him for keeping it cool. He's a very positive person, which is fantastic, because I feel like a lot of the people who would have gone through what he went through would have been really bummed out. Retired Imagineer in charge of the original monorails hinted, yep. He hinted that they had bought and ordered new ones, but at the same time, people did point out that he doesn't work for Disney anymore, so his information might not have been spot on, but who knows? Yeah, he was really chill despite the delays. I would not be that chill if it was understandably too, it was all weather. It wasn't like it was the airline's fault. Do another debate on the Defunctland podcast, please. Well, we've got some Defunctland stuff coming. What can I say publicly? We recorded a bunch of stuff for the Disney Staycation Club. So there's some stuff that involves Kevin and I tapping into our Disney knowledge. I'll leave it at that. All right, now let's take the best walk from Liberty Square. Oh, shall we check out the Poop River? PoopRiver.com. There it is. So this is where all the sewage went in Liberty Square. And as Lou Mondello pointed out, I never noticed it, but if you check and follow where the Poop River goes, it goes over there to the bathrooms. So either that's where it's starting or that's where it's coming from. The other thing is that this is supposed to represent the transition from Liberty Square to Frontierland, so the east to west. And so this little water pathway here is meant to represent the Mississippi River. So you're crossing over the Mississippi into the west. Little details like that are really cool. All right, we gotta go on the pathway because the pathway is way cooler than this pathway. I haven't eaten at the Diamond Horseshoe, but I really want to. The menu looks good. It looks like the same menu you get with Whispering Canyon Cafe, which was really good. So, got another really nice view here. I will say, having moved here, one of the nicest parts of being so close to the parks now is being able to like just appreciate spots like this without feeling like I have to rush to a ride. Ryan started watching the podcast a few months ago and you're slowly working your way back. That's so much of my voice to put up with. I salute you. Look at that. What a view. Don't bother with Diamond Horseshoe, go to Whispering Canyon. But what if I'm not by it? Like, wouldn't this make a good like replacement for the Whispering Canyon if I can't get there? Got the Country Bear Jamboree over there. They probably wouldn't want to film in there. It's just a show. I think my to-do tonight is maybe the Tiki Room and if I can, the Space Mountain. Although this is my fast hour for space, so I don't know if I want to wait an hour. But this was a cool spot that I wandered over to the other day with somebody, and that is, as you know, since May 1st, the parks are now smoke-free. There's no more smoking sections of the park, but there are all these old spots that used to be designated as such. And so now if you go back there, they smell very nice now because you don't have a whole bunch of people just standing there smoking. But they're nice little quiet areas that you can just kind of separate yourself from the rest of the park. It's not worth the price like Whispering Canyon. Okay, that's one. Let's see what we got going on here. Splash Mountain action. If I can cross the street. It is not hot enough to go on this ride at the moment. Hey, PK421. Splash is your favorite ride. It's a pretty good one. It's one of those rides where I'm always thinking of the drop, and I don't think about everything, before it. Splash would be great for the stream. That would be a situation where I would definitely somehow drop my phone into the water. Do you think Disney is still devoted to the art of the theme park, or is it just for money these days? I think they're devoted to the art of the theme park, but I think as any sort of company, they still have to innovate and think of new things. And they have to do so in a way that accounts for the fact that they are more popular than they've ever been for. And they can't simply just tell people, no, you're not allowed to come in. I mean, they could, but that wouldn't be very good business. So I think they're kind of in a rock and a hard space where, they have to deal with the popularity, which I think inherently hurts the immersive factor and the art of the theme park, yet at the same time still try and keep it compelling enough to make people want to come. So, I think it'll ebb and flow like everything else. I think there'll be a time where it dies down and that's where you see some creative ideas come out. And then there'll be times like this where they're on top of their game and so they can, they don't have to worry about keeping people happy as much, I guess. Maybe that's not the best way to word it. Let's see what we got over here. There's a random pathway. Did I see your chat? I did not. What is your chat? We can smell the bromine from here. Let's go back up. You might have to re-chat your chat because I'm not seeing it here. Yeah, you might have to redo it. Whoa. What is this? How do you feel about the black box type ride that's been rumored about? Right, this is the one on DSNY, right? This idea of a kind of a blank ride that you can retool. I don't know. I think it's fine if there's one of them, because I am interested in the idea and seeing what you can do with that kind of idea, but I wouldn't want that to become the norm for rides going forward. Will you be staying on property for a night or two for Galaxy Edge's opening? I'm planning on attending the opening day. I don't know yet. Maybe is the answer right now. I have thought about that but from what I understand, the first few days, the extra hours are for everybody, and it's just the few days after, like the month after that is when it becomes regular extra hours. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might have read those details wrong, but I think that's how it works. There's like the first day or two, it's opening at 6 for like the whole public, in which case, yeah, I'll be there in the madness. Will I be getting a lightsaber? I don't know. So now look, so here we are in this little corner here by Big Thunder Mountain. There we go, flip around. Here is, there's the Haunted Mansion. And no Liberty Bell running because it's nighttime. Well, it's almost nighttime. All right, let's continue to make our way into Adventureland. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Have I tried playing Sorcerers in moderate difficulty? Yes, I have. It's a little bit more complex. The real problem with Sorcerers in moderate or medium is there are weaknesses and strengths for every enemy, but there isn't really any clear tell of which is which. It really is just kind of like you have to look it up on the internet, which is kind of a weird way to do things. I've been told that the dialogue has some clues, but I wasn't able to catch any so far. As for the Space Mountain Q games, I have done that, and the way the app is as of this very moment is whenever the race is about to start, the app crashes. So my ship's all powered up and ready to go, but I haven't been able to race yet. A lightsaber costs so many churros, yeah. It's 200 big ones. Can I do a video about how Trader Sam's became a secret hotspot? Potentially. I feel like that would be a good tie into all of the Polynesian stuff, which I've done, but yeah, if there's a story behind it. I'm always down to tell the history of stuff as long as there's a story behind it. Unfortunately, sometimes, or I should say a lot of the times, the story is very simply, you know, something just was popular or it wasn't and it failed. And so sometimes there's not much history to tell, but did you guys catch the lightning on the Haunted Mansion there? With such high attendance numbers throughout the year, do you think they'll add a new park? I think it'll be years before that happens. I think that'll be an Iger successor kind of project. If you had to add Disney IP to Big Thunder, what would you add and why? Ooh, that's a good one, because what IPs are there besides like Pecos Bill and then what was that Johnny Depp movie that didn't do so hot? The Lone Ranger. I would rather them do the opposite. I want them to go through that idea that they had years ago to do a show about Big Thunder. Make the ride the IP. Don't add an IP to the ride. That's not Iger style, though. Will me and Christine do an Endgame episode for the podcast? Oh, we were meaning to, but the week we saw it was the week I moved, so things came up. I don't know. We might do one at some point. I think maybe it'll have to be when like the Blu-ray comes out, because at this point I'm kind of forgotten a lot of my thoughts, like point for point. Is the blade included in the 2000? Oh my God, imagine a $2,000 lightsaber. Caitlin asks, is the blade included in the $200? It is. You get the blade, the case, the hilt, and I think that's it. I think the stand might be extra. Home on the Range. There's this old show at Epcot called Daredevil Flying Circus. No, never heard of it. Just saw a guy on Michael's vlog. I wonder who that could be. Home on the Range. What about Homeward Bound? Makes no sense for the time period. What's the best advantage of moving to Florida aside from the parks? Personally, it's two things. One, Whatever I'm allergic to in New York is not down here, because my allergies disappeared overnight when I moved down here. And I knew that. I always knew that was the case, because I would come down during the springtime to visit my family, and my allergies would disappear. So the thought of being able to live my life without those allergies it's a big life changer, you know, especially because I had especially bad allergies. The other is, coming from New York City, being able to do my laundry without leaving the apartment is really nice. Everywhere down here has in-unit laundry, and that's not very popular in New York City. So I don't have to go to the laundromat. I don't have to worry about when it's cold or raining. So those are like the big two. Those have been like the day-to-day. Also, being able to do food shopping with a car as opposed to by foot, because now you're no longer limited by what you can just carry. You have like an actual trunk you can put things in, which is really nice. Sony pictures and Paramount pictures likely to be sold. How do we know that's likely to be sold? I haven't heard anything about that. How much different is it being a local? I'll be going to college in Orlando in a few months, also from New York. So park-wise, it's very different. But that doesn't mean it's bad. And I'll explain once I get through this bridge and we get into Adventureland here. It is a very different experience living here versus going on vacation. There's a certain special feeling, I think, and hopefully everybody in chat who comes here on vacation can either agree or disagree on this, but it feels like this special feeling of escaping the real world when you come here. You're kind of in this bubble, like literally, because they own so much property, but also the figurative of like you're on vacation and you're setting aside all your troubles and things like that. That kind of goes away right away. Because like at the end of the night tonight, I'm not going back to a hotel, I'm just going back to an apartment, and then I still have work to do and errands to run and all that stuff. So that goes away. But the ability to come here and then just like enjoy the smaller details that I wouldn't have time to enjoy is really awesome. So if you're like a hardcore Disney fan and you like all of the background of the parks and stuff, then I think you'll enjoy living down here. It's just a different feeling. Like I miss that vibe of getting on a bus at the end of the night and going back to a hotel room and, you know, just being away from the world. But at the same time, I've been here a lot in the last few weeks, which is really great. What else we got going on here? Thanks for the Magical World of Barbie video, because when I was on my Backstage Magic tour in May, the costuming, there is a dress from the show. Wow. They hold on to everything over there. What's the point of making Galaxy's Edge a location never seen by the public other than taking a load off of executives' backs? The main appeal of Harry Potter is feeling like being in the movies. I think it'll be the same. The appeal of being in Star Wars will be the appeal of Galaxy's Edge once it opens. Any thoughts on duplicate rides throughout the parks rather than one specific to one place? So do you mean like Aladdin Magic Carpet, Dumbo, Astro Orbiter all in one park? Or do you mean like bringing Ratatouille to Epcot and it being overseas and that sort of copying? It must be nice to just be like, hey, let's go grab dinner at Epcot tonight on a whim. Yeah, it totally is. It is an awesome feeling. The thing is, we came at a point where like the crowds are getting bigger and bigger because of the summer. And so you can be like, let's go to Epcot for dinner on a whim, but the availability is kind of questionable. Remember MC Magic? It isn't a very good server anymore. The cast members are mean. At least my memorial's still there. Well, it's glad to know that's still there. It's unfortunate to hear how the server is. I haven't been on Minecraft in 3+ years now. 3 years? On my channel, I have a Roller Coaster Tycoon recreation of the west side of Disneyland, Critter Country, Rivers of America, New Orleans, newly added Indiana Jones. Awesome. That's a game where you don't see a lot of, like Minecraft was a big one, but Roller Coaster Tycoon you don't hear a whole lot of. Eat around the world and then do Mission Space. I have eaten at Electric Umbrella and then done Mission Space, and I'm fine when I do that. Got an iron constitution. Do I have a regular job too? Not as of last year. This is my full-time endeavor. This has replaced my full-time job. Well, not this, the streaming. The Adventure Co. is obviously a pretty small offshoot. The history videos are the main job now. And then the podcast. And I got a couple of other projects in the works. But yeah, for now, this is all I'm doing, which is nice. I don't think it's a long-term thing. You know, a lot of people try to get into YouTube to do it full-time, and it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie and pretend it isn't, but it is very volatile. It is very shaky. And so it's not like I'm not doing this long-term. I don't think I'll still be doing this 3, 4, 5 years from now. I mean, I might be doing it still as a hobby, but it's not a good long-term career. So right now I'm just kind of enjoying it. Kat is training for her job, which is why I've been hitting the parks up alone lately, but her schedule should be opening up next week, and then she'll probably be joining me more and more. Look, they're watching the stream. They're watching the stream over there. They still haven't gotten your table at Skipper Canteen. It's been like a half hour. Oh, you gotta wait for your table, right? Can I show the park, please? Yes, I can totally do that. Ryan asks, have I had any issues with copyright strikes with all the Disney IP you use in your videos? Lately, no. I try to keep my B-roll to, here, let's get a nice view of like, I don't know, this river here. Or, look, Club 33, that's Club 33. All the footage I use in my videos, if it's contemporary footage, it's footage that I take myself. So I don't use anybody other, like I don't use other people's footage of the parks. When it comes to older archived footage, my primary sources are Disney themselves because they do not mind them being used. So I'm not using, you know, I'm trying to think of it. I'm not using like home videos from people from the 80s or 90s. I'm using like official Disney videos. So for those reasons, I don't run into problems. Now, what Disney is very picky about on YouTube is music because it's not really managed by them. It's managed by other record labels that they work with. So, you know, for all I know, when I stream, hopefully Happily Ever After in, 30 minutes when it begins, the stream might go down because I don't know if they have that on copyright watch. So, I mean, we'll see and play it by ear, but that's why you don't hear a whole lot of Disney music these days in my videos. Am I going to see Aladdin on Friday? Probably not Friday, but I do want to see it next week. I just saw John Wick 3 today, and this weekend I'm kind of busy, so maybe next week, but I'm looking forward to it. Why so little of Kat on the podcast? Any chances of a 3-person pod? Maybe. I think Kat's never really been on the podcast because she lives with me, and so we don't have a recording set up for 2 people. Although we could just sit in the same spot. I don't know. It's never dawned on either of us, I guess. It's always been sort of a Christine and I thing, but I don't think anybody would be opposed to that. Especially if we like try something new here and we need opinions on it. Let me see if I can get the spec for Aladdin just got released and it is no good. Oh, interesting. I'm very, very forgiving. Let me find a better view. I was thinking of doing a video on the Crystal Palace. This is the Crystal Palace. It is modeled after the Crystal Palace, among other places. And what's really cool about the Crystal Palace is how Disney uses vegetation to transition between one land to the other. The whole reason the Crystal Palace makes a good middle ground between Adventureland here and Main Street USA is that because on the Main Street side, it's very evocative of, Victorian England, which I know isn't Main Street USA, but just sort of that turn of the century architecture style. And on this side, it's very reminiscent of sort of the imperial, regions of like India and Asia. The British were there, and so it kind of seamlessly works. And if you look at the vegetation here, how wild and overgrown it is, then you go to the other side and it's all carefully cropped and cleaned like it would be on Main Street. So it makes like a good buffer. Do I think Disney might try to barter some of its new Fox movie franchise to Comcast to get the ability to add more Marvel parks? That's my theory, but who knows? I mean, that's the kind of thing that it might happen, and then we'll hear about it in 10 years in a book somewhere. It wouldn't be the first time they've traded a property they own for another property they want. I'm a very good Disney park YouTuber. I'm the best. Well, thank you. I really don't like Will Smith as a singer. Whole New World is the only track I like. Oh, I'll give it a chance. I was going to say... We are still live. Awesome. Dropped out there for a second. Send Tomorrowland lots of love from all of us. We can make a switch around to Tomorrowland again. When's my next Disney cruise? Whew, no idea. Hopefully sooner rather than later. We don't have one planned though. I know this is the Disney Channel, but thoughts on Game of Thrones? Well, I'll keep it limited to one comment because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I'm of the group that say that this season's been pretty rushed and that it has harmed the writing, but I liked how it ended. I liked where everybody ended up for the most part, and Christine and I actually talked about it on this week's TTA, which we recorded today, but you know, I was pretty fine with it. It was like a whelming, wasn't overwhelmed, wasn't underwhelmed. I was just like, all right. Enjoy dinner, Victoria. I don't know where we're going to hang out here for fireworks. I think the internet tends to support hyperbole, and I think very valid criticisms of the writing of the show have been raised, and I think that has kind of tumbled into like extreme criticism of the show. I don't know where we're going to stream this thing from. I know where we're going to go. We got 20 minutes left. Do I think D&D will keep their Star Wars trilogy with all the backlash? Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say yes, probably, but I think it's a toss-up. Well, there are the crowds. Do y'all wish you were still here with these crowds? Probably. It's still Disney. It's still great. Hey, Fridge. All right. It's my preferred location for fireworks viewing. 2 good spots. 1, by the bridge to Tomorrowland. And 2, which I only watched it for the first time a couple of days ago from, is by the Purple Wall. It's usually not packed and you get a good view, and Tinkerbell flies right over you, which is cool. But now I think for this one we're gonna head down Main Street and see what it's like from all the way down Main Street. I've never watched it back there. If I can get down Main Street. When did I move to Florida? Just about 3 weeks ago. It's very recent. Ooh, it's crazy here. Beat the Memorial Day weekend crowd. No kidding. I think I'm going to be here next weekend, and I'm not looking forward to it. Try to stand right side of the ice cream parlor. It is a great view, but it's also a very crowded area. But we'll see what it looks like as we head towards Main Street and this madness. It's so crazy. Fireworks view from the train station. Maybe.
Head up to the castle for firework viewing. Exit and Main Street straight ahead through Casey's Corner. Walkway for Tomorrowland.
What was your take on the 3 parks one day question on Twitter? It was me and I did it, but it was too crowded in Hollywood studios. If you're doing it as a challenge, 3 parks in a day, Spaceship Earth in Epcot. What is it, 2 rides per park? So Spaceship Earth, Living with the Land. Here, TTA, Carousel of Progress. Animal Kingdom. Anything in that Dino-Rama area. And Hollywood studios, whatever you can get, because you really only have a few to choose from. Oh, it's so crowded here.
This is one-way traffic only, folks. One-way traffic only.
One-way traffic. We're being... Look at that sky.
27, no.
All right, there goes my Main Street idea. Main Street idea is scrapped. Let's see if we can get to the purple wall. Yeah, I'm not getting down there. Fairway Times. Thank you for the warm welcome. I'm so glad to be down here. It's been really great. Poly Beach is a great view. And if I thought I had any chance of getting there in the next 15, 20 minutes, I might actually give that a shot. But I don't think it's going to happen. So, let's see if we can get to the... We're back. Have I ever been to Busch Gardens before? I have been to Busch Gardens. It was a long time ago, though. So it's been a while. I do want to go back eventually, but I think our next big change is going to be picking up a Universal annual pass later this week, perhaps, and then doing Universal more. Pay your specs, purple wall. Look, there's like nobody here. This is a great spot. Jenny asked, what motivated your move to Florida? It has been asked before, but I don't mind answering it. It's really a combination of a lot of little decisions. It wasn't one big thing that was like, all right, it's time to move. Kat and I had been talking about leaving New York for a while. It was expensive. We kind of fell out of love with the place a little bit. And, you know, the channel was picking up, and I knew it would be beneficial to be closer to the parks for the channel, and she wanted to work down here, and, you know, it just all lined up. And so eventually she got a gig set up that she wanted, and that was enough for us to decide to make the move. So we went ahead and jumped on it, and we figure we're treating it like a wait and see. We'll be here for a year and a half, 2 years maybe, and if we like it, we'll stick around, and if we don't, we'll go somewhere else. We're at a point in our lives where it's easy to kind of move around if we need to, so we might as well take advantage of that. But there you go. Look at that. I almost want to just chill out here until the fireworks. Now you get me again. Did Kat perform at Epcot Candlelight Vigil? Yes, she did. It was a seasonal gig, but she enjoyed it a lot, and it was really cool. Busch Gardens is great. My opinion, better than Universal. Oh, interesting. It's something I will definitely go to at some point. I don't know about annual passes right away, but now that we live in like the theme park capital here, I want to really try out all the theme parks. Maybe even try Legoland. Are you considering bringing MC Magic or Disney Minecraft related content back? I am very much a never say never person, but I will say I have no plans at the moment. Really, I just kind of chase, and a lot of people ask like, oh, well, what makes you pick certain topics to cover? And, you know, do you have like a plan for that? And I really don't. Like, it's mostly I just do the topic that interests me at that point. And so I'm at a point right now where gaming and Minecraft from a content creation standpoint doesn't interest me that much anymore. So, you know, I'm never going to say I'll never come back to wanting to do that, but at the moment I really like what I'm doing now, so I'm going to stick to that. One thing I did learn is when I stretched myself too thin, I was doing 5 to 7 videos a week. It was not only like really killing me, but I felt like the videos weren't very good. I felt like I wasn't getting enough time to work on each video, so I want to do one thing well rather than do a bunch of different things, you know, all right. What do we got here in the chat? Hey, Dylan. Saw you in Michael K's video. Is the peach cobbler steak still the best thing at Flower & Garden? As far as drinks go, yes. That and the violet cronut are the combo to beat at Flower and Garden. Congratulations on your move. Thank you so much. I initially missed the convenience, but loved the pace in Florida. Yep, I can feel that. We definitely no longer live in a city where we can just, walk outside and 5 minutes later go get pizza or something. We got to get in the car and drive. But, there's pros and cons to everything. Loved your old closing to your videos. Whatever you're doing the rest of the week, make the most of it. That's one I never made a conscious decision to get rid of. That was more a matter of I started writing these scripts, and so I was writing outros for the scripts that just kind of naturally took over. I try to still do them in the Patreon podcast, but yeah. What did you think of your cruise? Will I do it again? Love the cruise. Cruise was amazing. Absolutely going to do another cruise as soon as I can save the money for one. They are not cheap, but they are totally worth it. I'll never be able to be that kind of person who can do the cruise multiple times a year, but if you ever have the opportunity to do a Disney cruise, they are unlike anything else. I miss it. Even right now, I miss it. Because it's a very different vibe. Even though it's Disney and this is Disney, it's a very different vibe from the parks. Can we talk you into reviewing Minecraft park servers again? Likely not going to happen. Not that I don't think these servers are really impressive. They actually are super impressive, and they take a level of dedication and talent I will never have. But going back to what I said before, it's kind of like, I reached a point in my life, a crossroads, where I could be the master of one thing or the jack of all trades, and I've decided to try and master one thing, which is why I'm really exclusively doing history videos right now. So maybe in the future, but not in the short term. Which ride should be destroyed, Haunted Mansion or Space Mountain? Space Mountain is going to need a refurb once Tron opens, that's for sure. Who knows what they'll do with that. Let's go hang out by the purple wall. What were the questions here? Did I see the brief ride footage leaked today from Smuggler's Run? Nope, and I'm going to avoid it because I want to go into the ride having not seen anything. Will I ever get into playing Minecraft? Actually, yes. I do mean to go into the Theme Park Tube server and check it out. I've been meaning to do that, so I will do that at some point. I won't be making videos, but I'm going to at least wander around and stuff. Am I more excited for Tron or Guardians? Guardians, for sure. How about Rob plays Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom? It would be kind of a pretty boring video until they add some depth to the game. Any opinions on what they should do to Star Tours? Keep the ride system and re-theme it to something else. What do I think of the slow redesign of Tomorrowland to a more classic look? I love it. Do more of that. So when the fireworks start, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm just going to show the fireworks. So just a heads up. What would I retheme Star Tours to? I don't know, actually. I don't know what property would be a good fit for that. Maybe do something original. Haha, they're never going to do that. If they could do something original, that would be the best. I'll be in 3 days. I'd love to meet you. Well, if I'm in the park, so what I do is Disney's not a big fan of meetups, so I never do a formal meetup where I say we're all going to meet here at this time. But whenever I am in the parks, I tend to try and telegraph to an extent where I am so that if anybody else is in the parks, they could say hi if they see me. So hopefully we'll bump into each other. Man, we got the fireworks in 10 minutes. How's my battery doing? considering I'm not plugged into a power source. It's just been my phone. I've never streamed for this long. Never streamed at all on my phone, so this is new. Oh man, you're gonna get such a good view of Tinkerbell from over here. Would I consider doing the Dapper Day? I'm vlogging. Yes, I would. I'm probably not gonna really do any more vlogging of like a normal day at the park, but I am open to vlogging more for special events like Dapper Day or the opening of Galaxy's Edge or new ride openings, that kind of stuff I would do. But like just normal day-to-day stuff, it's not a vacation anymore, so I don't know. I don't feel as driven to vlog. Like when Christine comes and visits, we'll probably vlog then because it's a vacation for her. I'm like driven to walk around and change up the scenery, but this is such a good spot. Your birthday is May 31st. Well, happy early birthday. And you'll be at the Magic Kingdom for it. That's awesome. And you have reservations at the Wave. Nice. Huguro is 15 days away. That's awesome. I hope you have a fantastic time here. It'll be a little crowded, but crowded Disney's better than no Disney. And it actually hasn't been too bad now. The Wave is amazing, says Fun Disney Fan. I've never been myself, but I have no doubt. Those monorail resorts have like really great dining. Hey YouTube, what is the point of this? This is all, these filters are all silly. These are silly filters, YouTube. How long will I be there for? The next year and a half, 2 years maybe. Why? Why do these exist? These are so silly. Okay, sorry, I'm stopping. I'm stopping with that. I'm stopping with the filters. I apologize. Those are so dumb. All right, we got 7 minutes to go, I think. Although I think the number of viewers went up when I threw the filters on, so maybe I should just keep it on the bubbles, huh? So I will say, if you're ever planning to see the fireworks from this spot, this is where all the projection is, obviously, but the fireworks are all over here. So for photography and videography, it's not the greatest, but it's not shoulder to shoulder packed, and you're gonna get a good view of Tinkerbell.
I think so. So it's not actually. She comes across, she leans on that. One night we were watching a big old light. Under a light. Yeah. She ziplines in. A big old light behind the castle.
What's everyone's favorite part of Happily Ever After? Projection show wise. And why is the answer Friend Like Me with Aladdin? Oh, Hunchback. Yeah, I guess Hunchback's okay. Well, you're in luck, Marianne, because I think I am going to occasionally do these sorts of live streams. You know, this originally began as a Patreon thing, but I needed to do it on this channel because, you know, I have a Patreon channel that has nothing really on it that I use for streaming, and you can't stream from mobile with that one. So I think I'm going to do more of this. I don't know how regular it'll be, but now that I've done it once and know it all works out, I could do more of it. I just don't think I'm going to become one of those people who like stream from rides. I don't think that's me. But walking around the park and stuff, I'll definitely down to do that. Go watch Illuminations. I'll definitely do one of those. Let's check the time. All right, we're about 2 minutes away. So again, once it starts, I'm going to shut up and not say anything until it's over.
How long is it?
Bugert, it is a great spot, and as you'll see, it's not terribly crowded. It's certainly not over here, that's for sure. Ooh. Enjoy the show, everybody. Talk about some bad timing. The stream went down literally as Tinkerbell was leaving the castle, and it came back after she was done. I wonder if it was like so many people Instagramming all at once. Anyway, for everybody who stuck around, I hope you enjoyed the show. It's a bummer that that one key part was the part that cut out, but we'll do more streams in the future, and hopefully we'll get it then. Look at those crowds. I'm gonna go avoid those crowds for a little while. Here. I will do more streams in the future. I don't know how regular it'll be. Hopefully the internet connection's holding up enough that you guys are even getting this message. But it was a fun time, and there will be more in the future. Whatever you're doing this week, make the most of it, because it makes it that much better. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.